Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the G&A Podcast. I'm that angry bitch who stabbed you because you decided to find yourself by literally fucking everyone around the block and then some. Juby-doo.
And I'm that simp who gives everyone he reviews a 10 out of 10. So, Brody.
Yes.
Good.
Oh
So
my God,
it's
great
always
minds.
good when we're on the same wavelength.
Yes, that shows that's gonna be a great episode. A great episode of What You Ask, the G&A podcast. We talk about all things anime. So let's get right into it with our new segment titled This Week in Anime. For me, I have some spicy stuff. Speaking of cheating,
Mhm.
voice actor Nobuhiko Okamoto confirms marriage with voice actress Asuka Ogame
Mhm.
and apologizes for unthinking actions, quote unquote. Now, what are said unthinking actions? Well, enter the cheating. So get this, not only because this article confused me. I had to read it like 2 times to like understand what's happening. I'm like, did he cheat on us with his wife? Like, wait, what's going on? But no, we found out that he is married and that he cheated on said wife
So it was not
in the
even
same
known that he was
article.
married. Like, that was a secret.
Yes, he confirmed his marriage
Mhm.
um to the actress and then apologized for unthinking action despite being a married man. The weekly Bunshin magazine's website reported earlier in the day that Okamoto and an unnamed female had a secret meeting at a hotel in Tokyo's Kabukicho district.
And his wife is super hot. What an asshole.
But, bruh, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of handsome too. Which, that always upsets me. Voice actors who are hot.
Literally every voice actor, then, you mean.
Not all the guys. Some of the guys are like, eh. But either way, yeah, look how pretty she is.
Yeah, she's really, really
Also,
pretty.
is that her real picture? Because that does not look like 32.
I
What
mean,
the fuck?
well, Asian, of course, looks 32. She's going to look like that until she's 60, and then she's going to look like an old woman. You know how Asians work.
Well, Oni said does not reflect the views of G&A Reviews. Anyways, yeah, and then poor Ogame was like, "Yep, I'm also married to this piece of shit. And I didn't announce the marriage to separate work from private life." So for those who don't know who Okamoto VA roles, he is Rin Okamura in Blue Exorcist, Bakugo for My Hero,
What?
Accelerator in
Bago and Accelerator's voice actress is a dick in real life.
Accelerator, and from Index and Nishinoya from Haikyuu. So yeah,
I wonder if this
he's
is
like
actually going to affect his voice roles. Like, kind of like what happened with
with
Aya.
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Like, this is pretty. This is a pretty big scandal. Like, it would have been one thing if he just cheated on her and got caught, and it's like, oh well, then that kind of sucks for a minute. But no, you hid your marriage and then got caught cheating on wife that was just revealed. Yikes.
Yeah. Not cool, bro. You're a scumbag.
Yeah, not cool at all. Um, Shit.
But you know what
Yeah,
is
but yeah,
cool?
that was very spicy. That was a very spicy one. I was just ooh, actually, this is some trash. This is some trash for today.
Yeah, you felt
But
like
Oni,
being spicy for your news. I'm bringing joy with my news because we got an announcement for Fate Grand Order, the Grand Temple of Time Solomon. It's going to get an anime adaptation in some form or another. The last episode of Fate Grand Order just aired. We're actually going to cover it soon, right now, on the podcast, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, at the end of the episode, they did announce Fate Grand Order Solomon adaptation. It's going to be done by the same staff that worked on Babylonia, which is great in my opinion, because Babylonia was excellent. It was an excellent adaptation. So I'm super hyped for that. I hope that means it's Cloverworks. I assume it does mean it's Cloverworks as well. So good on you, Cloverworks. Good on you. We're also getting Camelot in August. So it's a good day for FGO.
Yes, I would say so. Yes, if you're done with the news, then let's move on to our weekly review,
Mm-hmm.
starting with the final episode of Eizouken,
Thank,
episode 12.
thank God.
All right, well, that lets us know how he feels about this episode.
I mean, it was just the same as it always is. The only thing I will say is the animation at the end was kind of good, I guess. It's not my cup of tea because you know how I feel about things that don't have voice. I get where it was going for. It's like, this anime is so...
Did you just totally miss that?
What?
Or did you just ignore? Oh, you totally, that just went over your head.
What?
Maybe, well, hopefully the mic did not pick that up.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway,
Continue.
I mean, if you heard it, the mic probably picked up. In any case,
No, it's only what I said. You're like, wait, you said it. You say how I feel when something lacks
voice.
voice, and I said and boobs.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, the like I can tell this anime tried, and it does what it does well. It just happens to do something that is something I probably care the least about among anime. Like, I like good animation and stuff, but if the whole anime is just look how pretty this animation is, it's so boring. It is so boring.
Yes, that's exactly why he liked High School DxD, where it had shit animation. So it makes sense that you don't
Listen,
like
I
this
care
one.
more about characters and plots and comedy than I do specifically animation. So, and this show did not have any of the other three things. It was just animation. Of course, it's going to get a lower rating for me.
I don't know. I feel like yes, was it the most exciting topic? No, but and yes, is the niche so painfully specific it
It
almost
is.
hurts.
It is like a pin needle niche.
However, was it beautifully animated in ways I would have never thought of? Like
Let's not go crazy.
ways
It was
I
very nice. It was not.
no, it was really I don't know, it was so neat. It was very neat. Like I remember one of the times they animated this episode, um when Asakusa was like trying to think, she's having her Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment,
Mhm.
and it just all turned into just her like writing on the words, like the words are like waves and stuff. I don't know, just like turning something that in my mind seems like a metaphor, just taking little metaphors and turning it into art.
Mhm.
I don't know, I love that. I think that's so cool.
I think it had a lot of good ideas, and I did like the. I like the style. I think a lot of people are going to like it because it's so different. Like, this show is very
Hmm.
unique. It's very much unlike any other anime that I've seen in a very long time. So I do appreciate its original. Like, I don't use the term original very much because I don't think anything's really that original. But this show, if I
But
were
it
to call something original, I would say this show is
absolutely
very original,
a thousand
which is
percent
very
is
strange for anime because there's not that much originality. But
yes, it was very
it just so
original.
happens to
And
be something I'm not particularly interested in.
yeah, like if they just had more they just had more conflict. I think the general
Conflict,
lack of conflict was the problem.
that was definitely a
Cause,
problem. Or the
Cause like they
characters.
had stuff to do. Like there was an overarching plot, but they didn't have. It was just kind of just a battle within themselves more
Yeah,
times than
if they
not.
if they like elaborated more on the student council and they like played up that
And the
aspect of it,
school.
yeah, and the school and them getting because it felt like every time a conflict happened, it was just settled right away by Kanamori. Like, oh, the school doesn't like that you're doing this. Oh, fuck them, I'm doing it anyway. Oh, okay, like there was no like overriding big stakes or conflict or anything. So it was kind of like there's no tension. It's literally just we're animating stuff, and then for like a minute of each episode, maybe there's a little bit of a conflict, but it immediately gets squashed. So it doesn't really
Yeah.
build tension or anything.
Also, the end of the episode where everyone's like watching everything in the buildings, and it's like I did that, and I'm like, yes, this is pretty, and yes, this is essentially the whole point of the episode. But you did this the first, like we already seen this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, the other thing,
We've
I think
already seen
it played
this.
its hand super early. Like, from episode 1, I was really, and you guys can go back and watch episode 1 of this, when we reviewed Eizouken episode 1. I was really impressed with the animation, and I really liked the end of the episode where everything transformed to like this hand-drawn style, and it was really dope and awesome. But it keeps doing that, so it like loses its effect because it becomes too formulaic. So that's why I wasn't even impressed by the last part of this episode where it was like that whole little series. Like, it was good, but I mean, I've seen it 11 times beforehand already because it keeps doing it. So I feel like it just kind of blew its load in episode 1 and then it had nothing to give for the last 11 episodes. Or at least its charm, like, dwindled by the end of it.
Yeah, I would say, it definitely, like, petered off towards the end.
And then my other favorite characters. The characters really... Like, I could relate to some of them. Like, obviously, Kanmori's the best one.
Oh, obviously.
They all had their little moments, but I never really felt too attached to any of them. Because they just have, like, little tiny character moments, and then it goes back to talking about animation and stuff. And I'm like, oh. I just wish that they fleshed out everything else aside from the animation more. They had too many eggs in that basket.
Yeah, too many. And they broke. No. Alright. Would you like to rate it? I'm gonna think how mine is almost guaranteed to be higher than yours.
4.
Wow.
Listen, I thought about this and I'm like, listen, if you review an anime, obviously there's gonna be a subjective part and there's gonna be an objective part. If I were to split it in half, 5 for objectivity and 5 for like subjectivity. Objectively speaking, I give it a 3.5 out of 5 because it is really technically sound. The art style is tremendous. The animation is tremendous. It's very original. It had really great sound design too. So from like an objective standpoint, I think it was really technically well done. From a subjective standpoint, where I'm evaluating how entertaining it was or how enjoyable it was to watch, it gets like a 0.5 because it was really, really tough for me to get through all these episodes. When I can say I have more, I'm looking forward more to Nekopara than I am to this show, there's a problem.
Wow.
Yeah. Leave your hateful comments in the comments down below.
I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow. Overly generous, in my opinion.
Listen, okay, was the plot kind of just like, sure, but I've seen anime with lesser plot. Yeah. I've seen anime with lesser plot. I've seen it with lesser character development. It wasn't fucking... I'm trying to think of one where they developed their characters very well. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. Well, this is me waiting for Oni to chime in, but never mind.
No. Well, you're like something that did really great character development? I don't know. Madoka?
Yes. Yeah, Madoka. Yeah, something like that. It would have been fine, but it wasn't like... I wasn't like, oh, God. Like, I don't know. For me, I guess I was more entertained. I think I was just about as entertained by this as by Nekopara.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception that this is like, oh, but this is nicer to look at.
Yeah.
Nekopara is just generic cat girls, like, which I've seen a million times.
This is like the inverse of Nekopara.
Exactly. So that's why it gets the score that it does, because as Oni said, it is nothing like I've seen in a very, very long time, or ever in general.
Nekopara feels like it was literally pulled out of a hat of generic anime.
Exactly.
I will say, even though I gave it a 4, which especially my grading system was very low, I will say if you haven't seen it, you should at least watch an episode, because it is so different and from anything else that this is one of the types of shows that you're either going to love it or you're just going to be like whatever and not care about it. I'm whatever.
I feel like I'm in the I feel like I'm in the middle. I don't think I love it per se. I wasn't like bored to tears,
I
except for
was.
like 1 or 2 episodes.
If
Like,
you're the type of
but
person who likes that kind of like hand-drawn animation and old school, like 70s, like really old school, like 70s, 60s, maybe early 80s type of anime, I think this will be for you. Like if you're
yeah,
an animation head, basically old school animation head.
yeah,
I
or
used
an
to be in
animation,
a
or an animation hipster. I feel like a lot
yeah.
of
If you're like super,
hipsters who like anime.
when I was in college, and I had the few times I did go to an anime club, there was definitely like this like small group of people who were like hardcore. They would watch like VHSs from like the 80s of like fucking 70s anime and stuff. Like if you're one of those types of people, you would love this show. And that's why I love
Right.
anime, because it's so different. Everyone has something they can enjoy.
And also different opinions about it.
Exactly.
All right, but let us move on to Ishuzoku Reviewers. I'm pretty sure our opinions are kind of similar-ish.
Yes.
Episode 10.
11.
12? 11. Yeah.
In the middle of those two things.
Wait. Okay, I got lost in my notes. I don't know why I put down 10. Yes, 11. So, actually, I kind of have mixed feelings about this.
In what sense?
I almost feel just a little bit disappointed.
What?
Like, it was a good episode.
Mhm.
It was funny. It's just like, I feel like they introduced the succubus literally just to kill him off and say goodbye.
Yeah, the succubus is just meant as a joke.
Like, he literally was just like a fuckboy, and then he got stabbed by his girlfriend because he's like about went around fucking everyone.
I feel like, first off, he was definitely a simp, but also I feel like I enjoyed it more.
He's not a simp.
He is a total simp. He is complete
a
simp.
First of all,
he gave every single woman a 10 out of 10.
I mean, but he also has a girlfriend. He's just a hoe.
Yeah, but
Simps go after one person. Simps go after one person.
No, simp just overvalues
and
women
they don't,
in general.
And they don't have sex. He doesn't have sex with them.
You can have sex with women, still be a simp. If you're basically a simp, is
Okay,
just someone who puts like women on a super high pedestal where you become like, they are gods and I am but a man and they are
okay,
beautiful.
but it's clearly in the simp and whoever the
Listen,
woman
you can be a
is.
successful simp. He's a successful simp.
There's clearly a dynamic that's established, and that dynamic does not exist with him. He's like, "Woman, I like you," and they're like, "Huh?"
He was like, "All women are goddesses."
Like, yeah,
and he gave all of them a 10 out of 10. He gave a skeleton a 10 out of 10.
That's like saying all the Hotep assholes are like, they're all simps just because they call black women queens.
The simp saying every woman's a queen is literally like the simp catchphrase.
Well, black women, but yeah, but no, they're not queens. They're actually just a bunch of sexist, homophobic, bigoted assholes. Like that's so yeah. Just
here's the definition.
Just calling them a bunch of queens is not, in my opinion, does not.
Here's the definition of a simp, as according to Urban Dictionary: a man that puts himself in a subservient, submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. / a man that puts too much value on women for no reason. There you go.
But see, that's the problem. The woman did bring something.
Sex is not something to the table. It's not.
Well, but that's all he wanted was sex.
Okay, but then no one's a simp, because then anyone who has sex with
everyone is all right. Situation.
If you are someone who overvalues women to the point where you are just giving them all 10s because there no woman can do any wrong in your book, and you are so desperate for sex, then
he's desperate for
having sex with women. Got it. He's a simp.
But that makes him a sex addict.
No, you can rephrase it to make it sound better. I'm just saying a simp is someone.
So are you saying all sex addicts are simps?
If they're a sex addict that specifically overvalues women to the point where all women are goddesses to them, yes.
I think he was just. I feel like that's just fuckboy language. He just literally wants to have sex with them. He does not like.
See, no, but like a fuckboy. There's a very specific thing with a simp. You see, you're trying to extrapolate onto like my image of a simp is a pathetic, weak guy who just like hunts for pussy. That is
Not
true.
even.
Those are simps that do that.
I mean,
but
yes,
there are also simps
there
who
are
are.
simps like do that. But I'm saying this sounds more like typical fuckboy behavior. Fuckboy.
Well,
You
there's a
understand?
distinct
Fuckboys
difference.
will say any. They will say
Okay, but
any
there's a distinct difference
woman.
between fuckboys and simps. That being, a fuckboy doesn't overvalue women. He just wants to have sex. A simp overvalues women. He will. A simp will bend over backwards.
But my thing is, how do you know? Because all you
Because he
had
gave
are
all
what?
the women 10s out of 10s, even if they didn't do anything. He gave a skeleton a 10 out of 10 because he could stick his hand between her bones.
Oh, that is kind of true. I feel maybe he's like some weird fuckboy simp hybrid. Cause he straight up just like
debate.
screw. Yeah. Can I have your title?
Oh god, no! We'll get to monetize so fast.
What? Simp is not a cuss word.
Yo, I don't trust YouTube in a million years after all shit they've been pulling.
Listen. I'm going to write it down, and we can talk about it after. Great simp debate. But yeah, yeah, cause while he was saying every woman's a queen and I have should give my love to them, he totally does this. Totally just.
There's a bunch of banshees screaming behind you.
There's a bunch of it's the fire department coming to put out water on our spicy takes. But but yeah, so he's out there simping, but at the same time, she's just straight up ignoring the fact that he has a girlfriend and just having
His girlfriend was
sex.
super cute too. Are you sure this was this the voice actor that we were talking about?
This is actually him too.
Yeah. He came to give like a. Maybe he's just a method actor. We had him wrong the whole time.
Oh boy, but yeah, I don't know. There's a part of me that there's a part of me that just wanted him to fuck Krim.
I wouldn't be against that, but I feel like it'd be super weird. It'd be like super awkward.
Why? It
wouldn't
be
know
the
it because
first time.
they don't know each other, and Krim is not.
It wouldn't be the first time Krim obviously looked at a guy and was like,
Well, they would need some kind of like actual thing built to that. I don't know if Krim just shows up and they just start fucking on the table or something.
I don't know. I thought he was just gonna be like a kind of like. I don't know, because he's a succubus and... Oh, wait, no. Angels don't fuck with succubuses, right? Is that a thing?
They do. Not demons.
Excuse me, that's right, not demons.
Although he did low-key remind me of, like, the way he gives all the women 10 out of 10s. Other people on some of my spotlights are like, whoa, you don't understand how great Hector is. You just give him double Merlins, he's a 10 out of 10. He's an S+ tier person.
Bitch, if I got 2 Merlins, I myself would be a 10 out of 10.
Just go double Scotty, 10 out of 10.
No, I actually only be 10 out of 10 with double Tamamo. Or maybe Tamamo and Waver, because I'd obviously be an art servant.
Yeah, I still prefer Tamamo Waver. It's the most fun combination.
Yeah, I agree.
And the second half of the episode was kind of low-key. It wasn't as fun as the first half.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, this episode, I kind of wanted to be centered around this idiot.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if it was. Maybe like they tried to like have a contest with him or something. I think it would have been more interesting. Although I would say that even though I didn't enjoy the second half as much as the first half, I would love to go to that succubus area. Sounds like it'd be the perfect one.
The alcohons?
The alcohol, yeah, the alcohons.
That's actually like
just get super wasted.
That's a terrible idea. I know you would like it because you like throwing your money away, but
it sounds amazing. By the way, when I was watching this episode, I was just so like, man, I really want to go out on town and have like a drunk binge night or something.
But yeah, so the point is with the alcohons and whatnot. As you saw what happened with what's his face, Skunk, Stunk. I don't know his name. That's one of those. But yeah, alcohol like can lower your ability to get hard. Like it can just happen. So it's like, especially if you get that drunk, it's way more likely. So in a way, like you get conned out of your money, which is why Krim rightfully gave them such like a low grade.
Still give him a better grade than I gave Eizouken.
Yeah, that because Krim is that nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely would not recommend going to a place like that. That's how Cardi B steals your money.
Yeah. Be safe with your money, guys. Don't go to drunken, crazy brothels where you just get free drinks. As cool as they sound.
Exactly, because it's like, oh, well, the drinks are free. Okay, but if she's like 200, like minimum,
Well,
does
the
it
criminal was
matter?
saying that they were the fairy at the bar was like counting every time they got touched.
Exactly. I bet there's always someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
Places where there's lots of drinking going on, there's always someone out there just being like, like that laser vision.
I do appreciate how much lore they give to this universe, like constantly.
Yes, and to each brothel and to
And
each
each person,
species.
yeah, it's really astounding that they go this in detail. Because they could easily just have a show where they're just like, whatever, every week they go to another brothel. But no, we actually have to assess their financial situation and the logistics of how they make money and how these different species work.
Yes. And I also love how like the whole saving the world thing is just
Mm.
it's so side. It's
Yeah,
such
it's
a
such a
side plot.
side thing. Like, whatever.
Like they're like, oh wow, they did all these things to the point where they almost saved the world, but whatever.
Hmm.
Brothel. But we're not gonna show you how that happened, but we are gonna show you these brothels.
Yeah. Such a good show.
It is. It's actually a really good show.
Alright. Shall we move on?
Yes, to finally the next episode. Never thought I'd say this again. Tuaru Kagaku no Railgun T episode 8.
Yes.
Okay.
This has been, I feel like it's been months since we last saw this show.
Yeah, it's seriously, actually. Ugh.
And we were treated with like a 20-minute exposition dump episode.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Still, I didn't hate it though.
Yeah, me either. 'Cause even when it's in exposition dump mode, it's easier to follow and more entertaining than indexes.
And it was like they still had like the ha 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 moments to like break it up.
Oh
It
yeah,
didn't
the
feel
ending
like it
scene
was
where they
tedious.
where Misaka
And Shoko,
like
or
yeah
just
yeah
like
yeah yeah yeah.
yeah. They were like, we're done. We're tired of making them talk. We're just gonna be like sound effects. I love when anime do that.
Yeah.
It never gets not funny.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was actually proud of myself because I was following the plot, something I've never been able to do in Index. I'm like, oh my god, I understand who these people are and what they're doing. What? I'm so smart. Well, I could take a fucking entrance exam to a college or something right after this.
But yeah. I mean, I guess that just makes me dumb because I don't know. No, actually, I do. I have an idea. I think the only thing I don't know is like why Shokoho is doing all this, but I don't
Well,
think
they
they
didn't really
revealed it.
elaborate it.
Yeah, they didn't elaborate. She was like, "I'm not telling."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's just so many like little funny moments, like when Misaka's getting angry at Shoko, like, "Damn, how dare she stay? How dare she leave me? I knew it was a trap. I should never." Da, da, da. And then you just see Shoko like running, like her hair all messed up. She's like a total mess.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, why would you run ahead of me like that? And she's like, I actually was jogging. And
I can
she's
relate
like,
to this feeling. I feel very much like Shoko sometimes.
I don't know what
walking
you're
with
talking
you
about.
And Chris.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys full
Listen.
speed dashing into different areas.
Listen, I like getting to where I need to go, so I don't have to walk anymore. Yeah, so you want to take a 10-year midnight stroll, then be my guest.
I will.
Not when you are with me. Kuroko Tsundere is really funny. I really like it. I like that they're like her in a weird way. I feel like her character has been kind of redone, but it still works.
I like it because we get a different side of Kuroko because she, as much as I love her, she does kind of get predictable and silly. Like every time she shows up, it's the same old shtick. So I appreciate that we get this different side to her where she's rediscovering her love for Misaka all over again, and she's just being a complete tsundere about it.
Yeah. I did like the reveal that Shoko was like actually like good to
Mm.
begin with. She was like, "Yeah, I was actually fine.
Yeah, she's.
Like I'm not trying to do anything crazy."
I figured she would not be like the main villain,
I thought
but
she'd be kind of a bad
yeah, I thought she'd be
villain,
like
but
the a side villain, if you will.
yeah, but not. Yeah, she wasn't even that. I
Mm.
guess they're like at the end of the day, fucking Misaka could just like shock her, and that's it. It's not like she can actually fight.
Unfortunately, true. Oh, unless she takes over some other like level 5 or something.
Yeah, so unless she controls another level 5, that'd be like the only way. Because then most lowest level force can't even beat her.
Mm.
Like I
Also,
guess the hardest thing would be like, oh man, I can't kill this person. Oh, woe is me.
I do wish we did get to see a fight between them though, because I know that her ability is not really geared toward fighting Shokohos,
It's
but I
not
still want to
fighting.
see her go all out on someone.
All out controlling other people.
Mm. I
I
feel like
mean, I
she has
guess.
pretty broken ability. I feel like she can, if you can control other people's like emotions and stuff, like she was doing, you can like make them go crazy rage mode or like have a sensory overload or something. Her ability can get pretty dark, make them go
I feel like
crazy.
I don't know. I feel like we're moving into I don't know when you start saying what she can't do with her ability. I feel like we move into magical
Yeah,
girl raising
exactly.
project.
I was thinking that too. We can get to some really dark areas with this ability.
Exactly. Yeah. That's that anime. We don't talk about
Somebody's head
that.
just
I mean,
explodes.
no. Shout out to the OG Swim Swim.
Hmm.
Yeah, I actually sidebar. I actually introduced that to a content creator, and last night he hit me up saying that he finished it. Yo, his feelings were hurt. Unfortunately, he's not built like we are. so,
No.
so his feelings were hurt.
If you guys haven't seen Magical Girl Raising Project, go watch a Magical Girl
Please
Raising
do.
Project.
It's
And then
just
read it, because it's never getting a second season. But then it's so
uh,
deserving of it. It's such a good
it
series.
really is. It really. Oh, the novels are just.
It's so
Ooh,
gruesome.
ooh. The magical girl in you.
Yep.
But yeah, no, this episode is pretty good, despite the dump. I also like the chemistry between Kuroko and Satin.
Mm.
Like, that was pretty solid. They had like some. I didn't think them together would make me chuckle.
Yeah, they
Like they
had their
had some good
moments.
moments.
They had some good moments. They Uiharu was there, cute, like too. So yeah, I think it was overall a good episode. More
Hmm.
more action needed next time. I feel like we will get more action. I don't
But
think
yeah,
they've
but we will
already.
get like they're about to storm the castle
Yeah.
separately, like a bunch of idiots, but
I'm sure they'll come
storm it
together in the
nonetheless.
end. And Toma show up for some random reason. Well, I was just in the area and I'm here now.
Ugh, let me punch. Like,
I'll punch this old dude in the face, guys. Don't worry, I got this.
he totally would do that.
He
That's the
would.
sad part.
Toma does not give a fuck.
He does not. And neither does Toka from Magia Record, episode 12.
Yup. Is this my episode of the week? No. I'll see.
Yeah, no, it can't. It
It
can't
was really
be.
close, though.
It can't be for one very glaring reason,
What?
and that is the fact that the big reveal is something that we as the viewers already know. I can't
No,
make just from that alone. It can't be my episode of the
but
week.
that's why I liked it, because even though I knew that already, I liked that
They did,
they
but
still
we
had a lot
didn't know.
of tension.
Yeah,
It was still so much like they kept cutting back to Kaide and their thing with Reina, and then they kept cutting back to Iroha, and then Yachio
yes,
showed
no. This
up.
episode is
Oh.
very. Even though they revealed something that we already know, it was extremely well. Like it was a very well done episode.
I was just
And
waiting
like,
for the shoe to drop constantly, even though it never does.
yeah.
But but
Word. I saw the Kaede's eyes. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's about to stab right now. Oh my gosh, she's going to stab and kill her in real person.
and I'm just like, oh my god, is Kaide? Well, obviously, like all these little secret faction wars is really like I'm really loving this whole setup. Having the wing of Magias and all these secret allegiances and shit. It feels very Game of Thronesy in a way. So I'm
But
loving
the
it.
thing, but the thing that gagged me the most, which
Mm.
was actually an awesome plot twist, the Magic girls are actually the good guys in a
Yeah,
sense.
in a
They're
sense.
actually the good guys. No, they like with exception with like very few exceptions, they're not trying to kill anyone. They're literally just trying to do what Madoka did in
Yeah,
in the original
and I'm
series.
sure there's
So
going to
it's
be
like,
something in there that's also like like you can't have them like, oh, we're only the good guys, and for some
yeah,
reason these
no.
other. I'm sure there's gonna be some other twist in there, like yes, and by
Yeah, something we're doing something yeah, in order to like do all this, here's something crazy unethical that we're
yeah,
doing.
like the only way to make doubles is by
Okay.
sacrificing a bunch of babies, so it's worth
Yeah, like
it.
yeah, we sacrifice them and then we eat them and
Yeah,
no
just
more
yeah,
witches.
there we go. No more
Whee!
witches. We just eat babies. I'm like, yeah, no.
The end.
I'm sure there's gonna be some twist in there because otherwise, yeah, I'll be like, oh, sign me up for this. I don't want to become a witch.
Exactly.
And I'm sure
Jesus.
Yachio would have had, I'm sure Mifu told Yachio this information, and there was some point where Yachio was like, nah, I'm out. No thanks, bro.
Yeah, it's like, you guys want to be so secret. I mean, I wouldn't say secret because it's not even so much of a secret anymore.
Mm,
Because remember, this all started with like from episode one. Go to like, oh my god, there's a way you go to Kamihama's or whatever city it is. Oh yeah, it's Kamihama.
mm.
Kamihama City. You can no longer be a magical girl. So it's like this isn't uncommon knowledge at this point. So there's like so hiding from whom? Who are we hiding from exactly? Why? What's with all the secrecy?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think, like, now that you've said that, I'm putting, like, a little two and two together in my mind, and I'm gonna come up with this little crazy crackpot theory. But my
Hmm.
theory is in order to get a doppel and save yourself from the cycle, you have to absorb another magical girl. And then that's how you get your power, maybe. Because if you think of it from that angle, it kind of makes sense when they're trying to lure magical girls to Kamihama, like, oh yes, more fodder for us to absorb and get our doppels. And it would make sense why Yachio and them would not want to be a part of it.
Yeah. But
And it could also explain where
oh
Ui went. If
yeah.
Iroha
Well, was
absorbed
we
her, because Iroha
wait?
has that power too, right? You transform into a witch.
Do you think Ui was a magical girl and then she
I'm
died
thinking so.
and then somehow
That's my
Iraha
theory.
made her into a double?
Yeah, and like her
Oh
witch
my
is
god.
is Ui this whole time or something. Her doppel is Ui.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But it's
Hmm.
weird that's called a doppel in the sense that like it's not like it's a second body though.
I mean,
Like
in a
when
sense, could be.
like it like Ui when she turned into a witch,
Hmm.
like it's her body turning into a witch. Like
Yeah.
physically you turn into a witch. There's no second body coming up being like, oh, this is my you know how other them they have other witches that are separate from their own bodies that they
Hmm.
control. But she, on the other hand, is just like, oh, I'm turning into a witch. Like, I'm just turning into the witch.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I'm still thinking of that theory.
And, oh my god, that would. If that actually happened, in a way, that would be as equally devastating from, like, those beginning series.
Hmm.
That would be it. That would be the moment we're all waiting for. Like, a
Yeah.
bunch of, like, the horrible sadists that we
Yeah. Drop. We want
are.
this moment already. And I'm sure next episode we're gonna get some crazy reveal because the setup is there. Is like the perfect
Hmm.
setup for a great finale
Oh
episode.
my god, yes. Oh, it's like the pending climax is
Hmm.
coming.
We're riding up the roller coaster right now. We're just going up and up and up, and then the episode stopped right at the drop, and now we're gonna get episode 13. I'm like,
Oh, I
it's gonna
can't
be
wait.
the
Oh
wild
god, come.
ride.
Oh, come in 5 days. Oh, I
I
can't wait.
know. So much hype.
Oh,
Time to kill that hype.
yep.
Because now we have Nekopara episode 11.
Yay! And didn't you love this episode? Because it had nothing but cacao in it.
Yay, cacao. Cacao, no. I didn't like that it was wholesome.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It
I saw
wasn't
it
bad.
right
It was,
after
it was better than that. It
Madoka.
was better than the previous Cacao episodes, I would
Yeah,
say.
I saw this right after Madoka, so I needed something wholesome, and this gave me that level of wholesomeness. So I'm not as angry about it or as bored by it. That said, it is again just very basic and very outdated. It's a very outdated anime.
Extremely. It's weird. It's like it's almost as if I'm watching this anime and being like, huh, this anime didn't age well at all, did it? And I'm like, wait, no, this anime was
Yeah,
made this year.
exactly. It's like, dude, you missed the cat girl harem bus like 10 years ago. Like, this is something I would have watched in middle school or high school, not. Everyone's doing isekais now, guys. Get on the boat. If this was an isekai, you'd be much better off.
Or if this is like a good anime, you'd be better off.
Now you're asking for too much. I'm just asking them to put these cats in another world. You're out here asking them to like move heaven and earth to make the show good.
Oh, God, I'm such a bitch.
Mm.
But yeah, no, this anime was just very. Like this episode was, it was fine. It was fine. I think I'm over that, like that initial I hate this anime, especially like, you know, they give me some moments where they like it, like as you said, it got better. It's still not good, but it got better.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to count for something. Like there were some moments where like, you know, I would say even one moment where like Cacao was like kind of funny, like where homegirl, not Cinnamon, who's the girl that's paired with Cinnamon, quote unquote paired, Caramel.
Caramel, Maple.
Oh right, that close enough. Almost the same stuff.
Caramel's gonna be the DLC character.
They're both have sugar in it. But yeah, when Maple was singing and she was like, shh.
"Oh yeah, shut up." That I did enjoy. Like, I think it was actually kind of touching seeing Krakoa. You know, I mean, I wasn't crying or anything. I was saying, "Oh," I got an awe out of me at the end.
Yeah, because he wasn't just being like a bitchy cat like most cats are. She was like, oh, I actually want to write a note.
Yeah. Although they were super stupid. I loved how they were cooking fish, grilling fish inside the room and like fucking.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm like, is this how the show's gonna end? They just burn down the house.
Oh my god, I kind of want to do that. I might do that where it's like where they start cooking and then it gets to smoke and they're like, oh no, and it just cuts to the Curb Your Enthusiasm ending.
I was especially weak to that moment because my mom was cooking. She was making lasagna the other day, and some grease dropped into the oven and started burning. And you know how grease is when it burns. So like smoke alarm just kept going off, and like every 5 minutes, the smoke alarm would go off, and the whole house was just filling with smoke. So I was just there last week. I get where they're coming from. It made me relive that moment.
I feel like I was at someone's house and I almost burnt it down. Was it your place?
Probably. I almost burnt down my place a few times.
No, like there's something about like there's like a fire and no, it was at work. Never mind.
Oh, you almost burned down your job. Okay.
It wasn't my fault. To be fair, some dick was playing with like you know where how they light candles and stuff. Now the candle holder, this one was made out of glass, which like hardcore glass, which usually doesn't happen. It's usually like fake glass or like some kind of like plastic. But it was like glass and like a thick glass too. So somehow they broke it, or it was broke somehow that like a chunk of the glass was inside and being lit by the fire. So we're trying to be. So me and my supervisor were like, it was the end of the night. We were just fucking around. Like we were just whatever. Let's finish up and go home. I'm trying to like burn it out. I like, and it's like boom. Like it's like a little bit breathing on it, and it's like no. And then I'm just like, okay, it's not going out. Why is it not going out? And it's like bubbling. I'm like, why is it bubbling?
Mm.
Like this isn't how water is. And then, without thinking, my supervisor says, "Oh, just pour some water on it." And he's like, "Are you sure that's water?" And I'm like, "It's water." And you know, he smells it. I smell it. It's water. I douse some of it on it. Poof! Like I'm telling you, like I felt the fire on my eyebrows. I felt the actual fire on my eyebrows. So what happened was that wasn't. It was water in my cup that I poured onto it.
Mm.
But I think what had happened was the fire wasn't going down because I think somehow the glass made the fire so much stronger. Like to a point where like the wax was bubbling, and then wax is like a form of fat.
Mm.
So it made it even bubble even more. And then I just added water on it and I'm like boom, like grease fire. Like
So what you're saying is, for that instance in time, you and Chocolat were on the same wavelength.
not at all, because unlike her, I didn't know. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that was. Grease. I was duped. I was about to be framed.
For burning down your job.
Exactly. It was an inside job.
All I can say about this show is it at least meets expectations, which are very, very low, but it meets them. So, yay. Also, there's a bit of fan service to the episode, so I'm happy.
It's like I can only trash this anime for its mediocrity so much. So it's like, no, I'm gonna just what's the phrase? If you have nothing nice to say about it, say nothing at all.
Yep.
And I officially am out of nice things to say about it.
In that case, let us move on to My Hero Academia, episode 23. I have a lot to say on this episode.
Although
I feel like enjoy it a lot.
Oh yeah, I feel like I just saw it, and the fact that they did not do anything with Gentle, not really. I could tell that I was like, oh, Oni's going to be so upset. I'm about to hear an earful about this.
All right, so let's get ready. I'm angry about the Gentle thing because listen, they made Gentle out to be a really interesting villain. Like he's more interesting than almost any of the other villains they've shown on this show. Possibly all of the villains they've shown on the show. He's very interesting. I like that his whole gimmick. He has a really cool power. He has a great assistant sidekick. They have a great dynamic together. For them to just kind of like push him to the side, I feel like unless he comes back. And if you read the manga, let me know in the comments. Don't tell me what happens, but let me know if he comes back later on in a different arc. Because if he's sidelined and this was it, this is such a waste of good character and good storyline. Like he has to come back because
I feel like he has to do. Like My Hero Academia, it's very rare that they like disappoint. Like like do something so bad.
He needs a redemption arc or something because God, he's such a good character, and they made such a good character. They didn't do anything with him. They just put him in the fucking try to sneak into school and then get caught. Why did they go through all this trouble building such a great character and then not doing anything with him? And I think that's my biggest issue. Aside from the fact that Deku was still a dick for fucking him up. I just wish they did more with Gentle. Like he didn't really. What's the message in his story? Like, sometimes life just is shit, and you get dealt a shit hand, and you get arrested. The end. What is like? What's the point of his story? He had shit luck. Then he had more shit luck, and then he met Deku and got fucked up and arrested and lost somebody he cares about. Okay, while Eri gets treated to great performances, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the purpose of Gentle in his arc if they're not going to do more with him and La Brava. So I'm mad about that, and I hope that they actually come back around and do something with that. I know he was meant to be a foil for Deku, but whatever. They should do more. So that rant is over. I did enjoy this episode.
I did. I enjoyed this episode. It just felt very on par with this is gonna be a spicy take, and let me finish my whole thought. It felt very on par with Nekopara.
Oh boy.
This episode. Not in the sense that like, oh, like the quality was that bad. But like that feeling of just like we're just kind of doing stuff. Yeah. Stuff's happening. Like nothing important happened. It was just episode. It just felt like a very feel good episode.
It was a feel good episode. I agree with that. I think, and I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't really care all that much about Eri. Really, like for.
I mean, I feel like I feel this coming. I feel like
I was watching on Twitter. And literally everyone on Twitter is like, "Oh my god, the smile of happiness and joy, oh yay, Eri." I'm like, kinda. Honestly, Labrava had a much better arc than Eri did. Like, yeah, Eri got rescued, and now they're gonna show her the peace and love and happiness. All right, but I get that. Again, you put so much emphasis on Labrava's arc that I don't care nearly as much about Eri as I care about Labrava. Like, the characters that are the side portion of this arc should have been the main portion of this arc. And all this Eri shit should have been the side stuff, because I don't have or if you were going to focus on Eri, then do more. Give her more screen time and do stuff with her, I guess. But even then, she wasn't really a compelling character. Even when she did get screen time, she was just kind of like, I mean, she's
oh my god, Candy Apple.
Yeah, exactly.
She was just a kid.
So I can't say I feel like super like, yes, it may brought tears to my eye because Eri's so happy. I'm like, yeah, Eri's happy. I'm happy that she's happy, but I honestly care more about Labrava and her happiness than I care about Eri and her happiness. Eri, as far as I'm concerned, Eri's arc was done when she was rescued from Chisaki. Everything after that is kind of just, okay, whatever, to me. Although I did love the performance. The performance was great. The actual...
It was. It felt like... I was like, what in the love life is going on?
Yeah, Jiro had this whole like Avril Lavigne vocal thing going on in the beginning. Like, I liked it.
Why is she singing in English? What is this, Carolyn Tuesday?
Yes. Carolyn Tuesday starting a new trend in anime. Everything's in English now. All music.
Oh boy. I mean, I'm not mad. It's just very weird. Excuse me. I'm sorry, you were saying something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say the performance was great. They really had really good animation throughout. Like all the stunts and stuff they were doing. Really well animated.
Yeah. So this episode had very few haha moments. Or like very small ones. I'm actually not going to go through any of them. But
well, the Gandalf the other play was fun. Like the Gandalf and
oh yeah, when they're and then okay, so I guess I am going through one. The one with the hound dog hero. Where he gets upset, he's just like barking at All Might, like
grabs All Might and starts shaking him.
I'm like, the fuck? Random tangent, only because it is related to My Hero Academia. I was watching Everyday Beam Struggle podcast, not the sequel last week, and it was really interesting listening to them talk about My Hero Academia in a sense that it was weird. I that they liked it. Well, sorry, they didn't like. They actually, a lot of them were like kind of trashing it.
What?
And something about it like stuck out to me. Something that someone said about it stuck out to me. They were like, "Huh, you know what's on My Hero Academia? It just tries to do so much." Yeah, and someone's like, "Yes, they're trying hard to become like the next new Naruto or something." Like,
oh, of course, that's
whatever. Of course, like how could that not? Because I'm just like, this already exceeded Naruto like by far. Because it's like, because it's so funny. It's like the critiques. It's like right, the critiques I have for Naruto, they had for this, and it's like, but no, this was like, but the difference is this was well executed, and
Yeah, like
Naruto was just like one giant emo slit my wrist fest, just to
the
make the underdog story like decent,
mhm,
like it literally is like wham wham, parents are gone, no one likes me, the character parents are dead. Like killed by my brother. Other character, she doesn't matter because she's Sakura. Like it's just a bunch of sob stories that they use as a crutch for like as a replacement for character development.
yeah.
Like that is all like Naruto is. While Boku no Hero Academia is like no, they're giving actual development to not only the main character but side characters.
I think
And
the
it's I
best
get
example of that is literally our only complaint about this, or at least my only complaint about this episode is you guys did a character so well, and I need to see more of them. That is my complaint about this episode. That they made a
exactly
character
like
so
I like
well, and they need
we
more that we didn't get of them. That is not
like
my complaint with Naruto.
exactly like when I judge My Hero Academia, it's already like on the basis like okay, I know this episode is going to be good. Like I have to look up for things to like critique about this anime.
Mhm.
More often than not. Or if there is something, I really have to like dig into it because if I don't dig into it, then I'd be like, oh well, shit, that episode was like it was good, good this and good that, and I want this podcast to be about us talking about the good and the bad of
Right.
each episode if we can help it. But like with Naruto, I have no problem digging into what's wrong with Naruto. It's like there's nothing but glaring like errors over there. So I don't know. I just thought it was a very interesting. It was just an interesting take on their part, to be honest. You know, I feel like I'd be interested hypothetically like talking about them or talking about
Comparing.
with people in general, like why they feel this way about like My Hero Academia. Mind you, they were also talking about how like annoying the Boku no Hero Academia community is. Like the people who are like really into it.
Mm. As
Like
opposed to the
apparently,
Naruto community, which is upstanding representation of all chivalry and decency in anime.
I mean, Naruto community was just like it's just like it's just like they're obnoxious, but like it's whatever.
I
Like it's
think
like all right. I feel like you guys just have kind of bad taste in anime, or you guys just really love a good fucking fight scene,
I think, and people are
and
going to
that's
hate on me for
okay.
saying this, but Naruto is written in such a way that, alright, so Hero Academia has actual good writing because you can see things like the foils being set up. Like, even in this episode,
Hmm.
there's a clear
Hmm.
parallel between
Hmm.
Deku and Gentle, and there's
Yes.
constant, like, foiling, and there's constant foreshadowing and all this stuff. So you
Yep.
can, good
Great
writing.
job. Fantastic.
Whereas Naruto is very much written from like the perspective of like I just want to throw in twists and make things entertaining
Yep.
as possible, and
Yep.
there's not really much thought to the
I just want to
actual
throw in as much
process.
stuff as possible. Just pile it like Naruto's just I'm just piling it on. I'm just piling it on, and I'm just like piling on a bunch of stuff, yet not coherently connecting it together does not make it a
And
good plot.
it's funny because, and this is where people are going to hate on me, it's very similar to actually Dragon Ball Z, which does the same exact thing as Naruto. The difference is, I think, is Naruto does it to a way worse degree, and at
Oh
least
yeah,
with the case
I
of Dragon
agree.
Ball Z, I mean, it comes down to like this nostalgia thing. Like, if you were to take someone and tell them to watch Dragon Ball Z today, like right now, like, they've never seen anime before or something, and they sat down and watch Dragon Ball Z, they'd probably be like, "The fuck is this? It's horrible." And a lot of Dragon Ball Z's appeal comes from like the fact that we watched it, we were like 10,
Yeah.
11, 12, or whatever. I feel like the people who nowadays are like, well, Naruto was a great shonen, and it didn't, all this other stuff was trying to copy Naruto. If you sat down, and a lot of that's nostalgia. If you sat down and watched Naruto today with a fresh perspective, I don't think it'll hold up as well as you think it would as an adult.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whereas
No.
I
As
think
an
Hero
adult,
Academia definitely holds up. You can show Hero Academia to someone who's never seen anime, and is in their 20s or 30s or 40s, and they'll still greatly enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like as an adult, this anime it's literally just eat for everyone, and Naruto is just like this is very much like an anime where you get like like no tea, no shade, but like notice how when people like RDC One World or Vader, when they make videos about Naruto, it's all about like the cool fighting shit that they do. Why? Because that's all that Naruto has. And like for the most part, and like I couldn't accept it, and I couldn't accept like that's okay if you like it for that reason. It is okay. It is absolutely okay if you like Naruto. That is fine. It will not stop me from literally shitting on it every 5 seconds. But it does not mean you have shit taste. You just like things a certain way. You like anime where they just throw a lot of stuff at you to make it feel like the stakes are like the stakes are just shoved down your throat. So then when the fighting happens, it's like, oh my god, whoa, and you're super into it. Like I understand. Like I get it.
I like how this has become like a 20-minute diatribe about Naruto and Hero Academia. But
Yeah, because they're just so
leave
because
your
I
dislikes
just
down below.
I just saw it like really recently, and they're just like that conversation didn't stem from like, oh, I just hate My Hero Academia. It stems from them hating on like a specific type of people who watch My Hero Academia, who are just like apparently like just hate on the creators so much and just hate on it for one reason or another. Which I don't understand how you can hate on the show. I can't see it, but like I said, I would love to like pick their brains or pick the brains of anyone who doesn't like this anime. And I just want to know like why.
Well, maybe we can have an interview with somebody who hates My Hero, and we can do a whole segment about it, or like a whole podcast about it. It'd be fun.
That'd be cute. That would be.
I'll try to find someone as obnoxious as possible.
All right. Well, that was actually a really fun tangent.
Yes.
But let us move on to the final anime of our podcast, the final episode of Fate Grand Order Zettai Maju Sensen Babylonia, episode 21, which is, I'm assuming, once again, our episodes of the week.
Yes. Although nearly be into Madoka, but yes.
Yeah, I would have been looking, I'm not gonna lie, I would have been looking at you crazy. If you were like, yeah, Madoka's episode of the week. I'm like, really?
Listen, Madoka was really good. This was a really good episode.
It was
obviously because but my only gripe with this episode is it felt like it did go on for a bit. Like the whole episode was an epilogue, so it did kind of drag.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But like, I don't know. I loved it. I loved it because the adaptation was just like they just covered everything that they needed to. They just hit all the points. Boop, 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 everything. Even the points that I forgot, they hit those too. Like, and of course because it's animated, they just add in things that are just like, oh my god, the Gil closing his eyes and the head tilt. I was like, ooh,
the Gil scene at the end was great.
I was like, is it getting hot in here or is it just Castigo? And then the Romani and Merlin going back and forth. First of all, I'm shipping them so hard.
I was shipping Merlin and the Fujimaru when he had that whole scene in the second half or in the first half.
Interesting.
He was like, I just love watching your adventures. I couldn't hold back. I had to join you and go out with you and be with you for this one adventure.
Yeah, but then Roman and Merlin were just like, oh, well, you think you're hot shit? No, well, you're annoying. Oh, well, you're annoying. Well, you're annoying. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, just fuck already.
I did like how Merlin was very witty with his comebacks. He was like, we're more alike than you think. So if you hate me, you hate yourself.
And Hermione's just like, oh wow, and that was actually the worst insult in the game. Like, yeah, Hermione was quick too. I liked it. Like they were just
They had some really great banter.
It was excellent banter. I love it. It was so good. And everything was just like so. I don't know. It just felt so complete and such a great just way to end the series.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl, when I have like a newfound love. I loved her when I first played through Babylonia, and I was like, man, Quetzalcoatl's a great character. But now that I've seen the anime, I'm like, God, I love Quetzalcoatl. She just jumped like 20 spots in my favorite girls list. She was great at the end of this, where she was like super. She was adorable. She was absolutely adorable. And I love how heartfelt all the goodbyes were. Like, Quetzalcoatl was really heartfelt. Merlin's was really good and heartfelt. Ishtar's was great, but Gil's was also... Like, they all had very well done goodbyes. You know, it didn't feel rushed or kind of tacky or anything. It felt like it was really the end of their adventure, and they got all their feelings out, and they said everything they needed to say, and they were like, all right, peace.
Yeah. This is one of those episodes where I literally don't have much to say because I can't critique it. It was just everything was just good. The little nod to Anna.
Yeah, the flower.
The flower at the end. Like, you know, shed a tear or two, but it wasn't like weeping. Gil just drinking out the grail and then just tossing it.
Yeah, like, I love Gil's little grail toss. Like, oh, really? You can't drink? Well, then maybe you can just take the cup.
But yeah, no, it was pretty excellent. Yeah. I love how Merlin at the end, and not in the end, in the middle of the episode, he was like, "Oh yeah, I actually was hiding from Quet." There's a little stuff like it's really was the small things and the big things. Then just got it all in this episode.
A tasteful bit of thing with Arash where Ishtar didn't want to like say, "Oh, Arash is dead," but kind of like
she was like, "Oh, she's resting." Like,
so that was really cute. And yeah, of course, the finale of it leading into to Solomon is very excellent as well. I'm super hyped for Solomon. I'm so happy. Cloverworks did a fantastic job with this adaptation.
Please, just do everything Fate related. Please and thank you.
If Cloverworks ends up like doing all of the FGO singularities, I'd die a happy person.
Yeah, because that means they're all going to be of this caliber.
Exactly.
Which is all I want.
So final grade.
9.5.
9.5.
Easy.
I was torn between 9 and 9.5, but the ending
of course you are.
I know, but like, it's so good.
Cause like the 0.5 is literally just like those episodes that were also good, just more in perfection.
Like we never really had a bad episode. I'm trying to like back on.
We never had
a bad episode. I think we've had 2 episodes that were slower.
Yeah, we had like 2 or so episodes that were just like.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking 9.5 because I think in my mind this is what I'm gonna compare all the other adaptations I watched to. Like, is it as good as like this is a really well done adaptation? If you can make all the scenes that were in the game even better, like 10 times better in the anime, I think you did a fantastic job. So yeah, I'd give 9.5 as well. Perfectly done.
It's arguably like my favorite adaptation like to date. Like I can't think of another one which I liked more than this.
Especially those scenes that they pulled off perfectly, like the whole Ishtar losing Gulana, the King of Sun introduction, all that stuff is so perfectly
pulled
off.
All those key points are just mwah.
All right, well, this was a classic then, and if you guys appreciate our takes, then please do leave a like down below and comment. If you haven't already, do follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party over on our Discord. If you want, you can even go the extra mile and donate to us on Patreon or become a YouTube sponsor like all these lovely people on screen right now. And for those of you who are patrons or sponsors or want to become one, we're actually going to be hosting our poll for the spring 2020 anime season. So you guys get to pick which anime you want us to cover on the podcast. This past season, you guys picked Nekopara, so start looking through the catalog of spring anime and deciding what you might
Yes,
watch
yes.
to watch.
Start looking for the trash that you're gonna make us sit
I
through for
can't
no
wait to
reason.
watch do something horrible. And also
Ugh.
our preview guide will be up soon, so look forward to that. If you don't know what's airing this upcoming season, and yeah, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Guys, I'm playing Animal Crossing. Send me your send me your friend code so I can like steal all your shit because I know you guys are cheating and fast forwarding time. I'm not because it's not that serious, but I know you are. So let me be kind enough to let me take advantage. Please and thank you.
All right, send your friend codes to Drew. Until
In
next time,
Discord.
this has been Sobroni, and
Doobie doo.
catch you guys later. Later.
Bye.